I'm a research geographer, and I joined that project almost a year ago. And when I first joined it, and I first faced that question, my first reaction was, yeah, of course, think globally, act locally, of course CBIs can lead transition. Then I step back a second and say, how can I be that sure if I ignore the magnitude of the elements that come into play when trying to address these questions? What if I ignore the extent to which CBIs contribute to reduce environmental impact? What if I ignore the scale of the context variables within which CBI's activities are developed? I was somehow surprised to learn that actually global greenhouse gas emission imputable to the waste domain accounts just for 3%, while energy and transport domain respectively adds up to 25 and 15%. Thus, you can see that the potential for CBIs to foster transition within these domains is very different. Plus, CBI's activities do not pertain exclusively to one domain, but they cross, they mix, complicating the matter a little bit more. For example, one of the models of CBIs that we have investigated is so-called community bike repair shop. These guys basically search garbage for broken bikes, spare parts, and then they put them together, repair bikes, they give it to the community for free to anyone who's willing to ride a bike. Direct impact is recycling, indirect impact is fostering cycling as an activity. So we calculated for one CBI of that kind in Rome that the contribution in CO2 savings for the recycling activity, so the direct impact, adds up to 1 CO2 equivalent ton per year. But on the other hand, the CO2 savings coming from the fostering of cycling itself, so generating that movement, adds up to 1 ton of CO2 equivalent per day. More than that, actually. So there is a difference of magnitude of 2-3 orders between indirect impact and direct impact. And indirect impact outperform direct impact, which are usually the one that we focus the most. Things are getting even more complicated because magnitude, scale, boundaries do not pertain exclusively to the environmental dimension, but they interact and mix with the social, political, technological, and economic dimension, increasing the complexity of the problem and generating a plethora of questions that are key. That's why we would really like you today to cooperate with us, help us in better defining, framing, and focusing only on the very relevant questions that are key in addressing the main question, which is, what is the potential for CBIs to foster sustainable transition? Thank you.